What's up, everybody? It's your boy DJ 10th Power here, coming to you live from the Lion's Den. Yes, I am in the Lion's Den, and we have a brand new episode for you. You know, sometimes me or my producers, Angry Bull Productions, comes up with a story that just needs to be told. We come across something that we just deem, you know what, we got to get this out here because we believe in it so much. Such is the story of Kimberly Jones. And rather than go into an explanation about it, I'll just let you watch the interview. Check this out. What's up, everybody? This is DJ 10th Power. I am in the Lion's Den here with another episode of the QI Podcast. And today I have a special treat from a brand new entrepreneur. This gal, this woman with this business mind, she is off the hook. You got to check out our products. We're going to get all into that. I want to welcome Kimberly Jones. She is the owner, CEO of Kimberly's Amazing Kreations, and that's with a K. Kreations with a K, Kimberly, but with the S at the end. Kimberly's Amazing Kreations.com. Go to that site and check it out, but also listen to what we got to talk about. What's up, Kimberly? How are you?
I'm great, babe. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. And welcome for joining us on the QI Podcast. Let's dive right into it. Let's get busy. Okay. So I know that before you started your company, you were working as a prison guard in the system. What made you say, you know what, I had enough of this. I need to transition and become my own boss? What set that off?
Yeah, so I always made my product at my house. I've been doing this for about 15 years. And Mother's Day that just passed, I made a lot of money. So I was saying to my husband, I said, if I do this full time instead of, part time, and when my friends want something, I can really work for myself, Mm-hmm. So my husband's like, oh, well, okay. So I guess he thought I was talking years from now to quit my job, right? Mm-hmm. So next day I said to him, I said, babe, I'm going to work for myself full time. I'm not going back to work. I said, being a nurse at the jail, they're not going to miss me. And he's like, okay, I think that's something you should do in the future. I said, I'm not going back today. Today's my last day at work. Mr. Keefe, he just stood there, looked at me like, so this is your last day? He said, I support you, whatever you want to do. So from there on, I just took all my living room furniture to the basement and just turned my whole living room into my workshop. And it has so much amazing stuff in there. Mm-hmm. And every day UPS is dropping something off. So he's like, I don't think he actually realized my vision until he was able to see the product coming in and bulk of body butter, shea butter and jars. Just he's like, she's serious. Pounds and pounds on top of pounds of wax. Mm-hmm. So I get 200 pounds of wax at a time. And it's so funny because I can remember back a few months ago, I was getting 10 pounds. So, the progress is working, Mm-hmm.
And tell us what products you actually sell, because that's not, that we don't know what you do yet, and we don't know what you sell. So let us in on that.
So I make everything, babe. I make amazing, I make body butter, sugar scrub, I make lip gloss, I make candles. That's one of my favorite. All kinds of amazing candles, they look like ice cream cones. Yeah. And ice cream sundaes, and Mm-hmm. But I make jar candles, sugar scrubs, body butter, body wash. Oh goodness.
What made you get into doing something like this? What set that off, even as you were still working your normal job, other job?
So my son is actually all my kids, I have 4 children. Okay. We're all asthmatics, right? Mm-hmm. But my baby, he had eczema so bad on his legs. So I'm spending lots of money, Mr. Keefe, buying products from the store. Nothing was working. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I know I'm not going to be able to treat this on his leg and his arm, but I just need to moisturize his skin, so he's not so itchy. So I started making my own body butter at home, which is actually amazing. My son is so chocolate. So, Mr. Keith, I had this guy so shiny, but he was so comfortable, after using my product. And to this day, he's 18 now.
Okay.
He's 18, but all my other children, I use it on them. I use it on myself. So yes, I just figured making my own stuff at home to soothe my family was perfect, was the main focus. But once I realized, like, this might be something later. This right here might become something because it got him looking right. You know what I mean? So that was it, babe. Once I started, making that for him, I'm like, I could do this for me. Then I started using this some for my grandmom, and before you know it, it started taking off.
So you basically had to study and learn about oils and different kinds of, I don't know nothing about the industry, but you basically had to learn about different products and how
Right.
they mix and how to work that. Because you also do oils, right?
Yes. So what I did is I started looking at the kind of ingredients that I like, for my own self. Like, I'm like, I love cocoa butter. So I'm like, all right. And then I like to use cholesterol, castor oil. I have some other stuff over here. I love to use olive oil and I'll show you some of my other stuff. Like, I love to use these kind of ingredients. Organic, for sure. This, Mr. Keith, is my favorite oil. This is what your wife loved this. Absolutely. So when I started using those, I'm like, I can add these products to my stuff. So when I started using it, in my product, it was good. So I had to do, what? This is the thing. I start researching the things that I liked, from different products at the store, like Aveeno. I love their stuff. And it's like, well, I could take some of this from here, some of this from Walmart's brand, and then we got Kimberly's Kreations, from a little bit of everybody's stuff.
What was the most difficult part in crafting your own oils and body butters and things of that? What's the most difficult part about putting all of that together?
Everybody has different skin, right? So you have to know that some people, for example, some people is allergic to mango oil and mango butter. I use a lot of mango butter in my product. So you have to know what your customers are allergic to. You don't want to get sued, you know what I mean? So that was a big thing for me. So what I started doing was putting on my labels some of my ingredients. So when my customers see my stuff, they're like, oh, this is great. You got coconut oil, you got tea tree in there, you got shea butter in this one. Oh, I can't use lavender. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I have to make sure everybody know what's in my stuff. I mean, I keep some ingredients, of course, for myself. I can't tell everything.
Keep all the secrets away.
Right. But like the main stuff that's going to affect, like my aunt, for example, she can't eat or use anything with coconut in it.
Okay.
So like this sugar scrub here, it would totally break her out. So, it's like those kind of things I just put those kind of, that was some money coming in, Mr. Keith. You heard that? I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm mad at you.
Mr. Keith,
Gotta get the dough.
Mr. Keith, you probably like, what's the beep? And that's the money coming in.
That's how it's gotta be. That means, hey, you open, that's how you gotta be. You gotta get that dough. Businesses would not survive without that coming in like that. That's a good thing.
Yes. Like, my grandmom said to me, she said, every other day she called me and she'll say, so are you looking for another job? Well, when you going back to work? You have some good benefits over there working as a nurse. I said, Grandma, I'm not going back to work. My intention is to never have to work for someone again. And I loved my job. I had amazing benefits. But what was happening, Mr. Keefe, is who don't want to work for themselves? That's what was going on in my mind. You know, I'm like, I want to pass down some LLCs and some keys and deeds, you know? It's rough. You know, I'm 41. You know what I mean? And I just need to make sure my little ones are taken care of, but I don't want them to have to work so hard for things like I had to.
I definitely get that.
So,
Now, every business has peaks and valleys, right? There's times when you're just hot, and then there's times when you're not so hot. What
right.
keeps you going during those times when it's a little bit down, it's a little bit quiet? You have to push through that. What gets you through that?
So what I do is I start throwing sales and discounts and all kinds of stuff to get my customers' attention. Like, for example, I'm gonna show you this one, for example. This one, I made this for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, right?
Okay.
But I stopped selling them because October was over. And I'm like, you know what? People still have breast cancer all throughout the year. So I started pushing these even more. Like I started saying, like just recently, like I still have breast cancer candles, but instead of me charging $15, $20 for this, $10. If you're a survivor, $10. If you have a relative that have it, $15. You know, that type of stuff. You know, if you're a grandparent, like I just advertisement. That, you know, if I feel like my car is not about to get paid, you know, because I'm not financially stable right now, but
Okay.
Mr. Keefe, if I get to the point where I feel like my car payment might not be due, I got to start pushing some product and then throwing some discounts and some sales. And it doesn't affect me too much financially because I get everything in bulk, right? So if I'm going to get like my shea butter and I'm going to get 50 pounds of shea butter, 50 pounds of mango butter, 50 pounds of, I'm going to say something else, coconut oil, right? So I might, each jar, so it might take me, might make $3 to make a sugar scrub this size, right? So because I have all my amazing product in there, I could sell this for $15. And my customers still feel like my prices is better than Walmart because they're gonna, you know, I'm just gonna use Walmart. Walmart is the bomb.
Right.
But I'm gonna feel like my product is still, I'm still making out, my customers are making out. So if I sell this for $10 on a sale, right?
Right.
I'm still making $7. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So yes, I'm gonna push the sales. I'm gonna push them if I start feeling like my lights and stuff start to get cut off. You know what I mean?
No, I get it because and I get that you use Walmart because, you know, Brianna made a product for makeup for our people, and it took off because other companies like Maybelline weren't focusing on people that look like you or me, and
Right.
And she became an instant sensation just off of her makeup alone, and now other companies are trying to catch up. So
Of
you fit
course.
that mode of what you're doing. So, and you talk about pushing. How do you promote your product? How do you get the word out there?
So I use Facebook sometime. You know, Facebook, Instagram. My son is getting ready to show me how to do some stuff on TikTok. You know, the kids, they know everything. So like, you know, Mom, get your TikTok. I'm saying, you make mommy a TikTok. So I told my son, I said, I'm gonna need you to get on the payroll, son. He's like, what that mean? What I'm saying is those Jordans that you want me to continue to buy, you're gonna have to make my TikTok so I can pay you an hourly rate. You gotta earn it. So he's like, cool, you know?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's how you gotta do it, babe, right? You gotta put your kids on the payroll.
Absolutely.
But
They
yeah,
target an audience that you might not be able to reach. You get
exactly.
involved, they reach that age limit, of people. He's 18, he could get the
Yeah,
people under him from 14 and up, and some people over him, 18 to 25.
right. Exactly. And they different, they know different people. Like, yes, but what I'm learning, Mr. Keith, is my family, they support me from a distance. Like, oh, I want to see you succeed, but they don't buy my product.
Mm.
It's amazing. I don't get it. They don't buy my product, but they'll buy everything. And now Walmart's my spot, so I'm gonna always, go back to them.
Mm-hmm.
They'll go and buy all the wax melts Walmart got to offer, and here I got 700 wax melts, no exaggeration, made up now. But
Mm-hmm.
they won't buy mine. They want them for free, but they
Right.
won't purchase them.
You're in familiar territory. Me and you have had this discussion where there's not an independent artist that I don't know
Right.
personally, that hasn't gone through the same thing or going through the same thing that you go through. The family doesn't support, the local radio doesn't support, the people around you, while they're good luck, we're with you, but behind their back they're hoping that you fail. They're stabbing you in the back. They don't. It's so hard to get the people around you to support.
Mm-hmm.
When you go independent, they rather buy that stuff that they see in Walmart, almost like they don't trust you or something when it comes to what. And that can be a little bit defeating, and that's why I asked the question: how do you keep going? Because I know what you're going through when it comes to that.
Yes. Yes. I have to. I always use this. I always say, I see where I'm trying to be. I see it. It's right in front of me. I see exactly what I'm trying to get. I just can't reach it yet. So
Mm-hmm.
I use that all the time. And I say that to my kids and to my husband. I'm like, I see the goals that I'm trying to reach. So what I had to do, Mr. Keith, also is I had to change my surrounding of people,
Mm-hmm.
right? So,
Right.
and I say that to say this. The friends that I associate with now are starting businesses and want something. The friends that I had, even though I worked a day-to-day job like them, I was probably the more successful one out of my friends. So I was their go-to person, So
Right.
now I need friends that can help me and I can help them at the same time. And I don't feel like I'm getting leeched on or robbed.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to change the surrounding of people. So now I have these kind of friends that know how to build websites. I don't know anything about building a website. So, I have my friend, Miss Di, that said, baby, I know so much about building websites. I got you. But she doesn't want anything in return, even though I want to pay for my services. But she doesn't want anything in return for as trying to take half of my business.
Mm-hmm.
Because you and I both know, Mr. Keith, that there's not too many people out here that want to do stuff from the kindness of their heart. It's
Exactly.
always a hidden motive.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to get away from them people and start realizing there's people out here that actually want to see me succeed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And sadly, they're not relatives.
Mm-hmm.
You
It
know.
sounds like you're networking, and you're networking with the right people now. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yes, that's pretty much it, babe. I had to change my circle, and it was like cutting off close uncles, close aunts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Of course, I lost my mom 3 years ago,
Oh.
so that was my number one supporter. So once she passed away, I felt like everybody was replaceable. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Yeah.
When she was alive, I would have never started cutting those close relatives off. You know what I mean? Because we were all family. But then when my heart got broke, I started. Her death opened my eyes up to a lot of stuff. Like, Uncle so-and-so ain't never been here for me, but he comes around on my paycheck day because his bills need to get paid. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He got to go.
Right. Right.
It's sad to say, but sometimes a broken heart will definitely open your eyes up, because that's totally what happened to me. I was able to just like analyze my surroundings. Like, I'm never going to get anywhere if I keep this same group of people and negativity around me.
Right.
So now most of my friends are getting married or married. I don't have too many single friends. You know what I mean? So I just try to change the way, I'm living,
Mhm.
just totally. Because you know what happens? I heard somebody say this. When you start succeeding financially and succeeding in life in general, happiness, you're happy in your house, you're happy with your marriage, your kids, your business is booming, your cars is getting paid off, your credit is getting, amazing. You start looking at your I'm trying to watch how I say this right now because I am going to have people listening to this later, and I don't want them to think I was being bougie or something. You know what I mean?
The
But
way that you won't be bougie is by saying exactly how you feel. It's your truth, whether they like it or not.
right.
It may hurt some
Yeah.
feelings, but get over that. There's a tomorrow. This is how you feel.
I basically had to cut the leeches off, and start, rising without them.
Now, I've
Period.
asked you a question, and I've never done that with anybody before.
Oh,
And you've had some time to think about it, but you did tell me in a minute, I already have an answer, but I told you to hold it. So now here's the question.
yes.
What makes your product different? And I've heard people in my ear saying her product's the bomb. I've heard this from people.
Right.
I want the audience to know what makes your product stand out from what that person can buy in Walmart. Why would they go to Kimberly's Amazing Creations instead of to Walmart?
Everything, Mr. Keith, that I make is from my heart with love. I make product that I'm going to use or for my kids. So of course I'm going to make the best product for them. But everything that I put in these bottles is official. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, when somebody make an order from me, I do custom orders. So like what I'm saying is you can't go to Bath and Body Works. When you go in Bath and Body Works, you gotta get, if they got pecan, strawberry candle, and it's red, that's what you're gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
You could come to me
You
and
can't
say,
negotiate.
you got to get only what they have.
Right.
You could call me and say, hey, I want this ice cream sundae candle, but I want it to be pink with purple stripes and orange sprinkles. And I will make that exactly how you want, any color you want, any scent that you want. That's some more money, Mr. Keith.
Right. But that's okay. I mean, you're getting a custom order, and if you want value, you got to put up some money to get a good quality product. You can't be cheap, and you can't be cheap and want quality. I mean,
right. Good quality. And I stand behind everything that I make 100%. So if you get a candle from me, I don't like how it smells. I treat my customers well. You don't like it, no questions asked. Okay, I'll replace it.
mm-hmm.
Now I do know that you can't please everybody.
Right.
But I try my hardest to make sure my customers get the satisfaction that they need. But I do custom orders, and if they say you can't go to these other candle shops, you can't. If you go to Walmart and say, do you have any red? They're gonna be looking at you like, what? Red blueberry candles? No, we only have the blueberry blue candles over there.
Mm-hmm.
Good example. I got an associate. Her favorite color is red, and all she wants is my blueberry cobbler candles. So I make her what she want. So custom orders. I love that. That right there boosts my business a lot.
Okay.
Because people they're gonna come, and you have the option. I have this trial pack that I sell. I want to show you. I'm sorry, I'm all moving around,
Oh,
Mr.
that's okay.
But I have this trial. It's like a sample pack. So what I do with this is, it's 10 wax melts, right?
Right.
So I put the rose petals and stuff in there. This particular order is going to a lady that asked me to throw in some extra business cards so she can give them out at her job. So what I do with this, if somebody buys something from me and they be like, well, TT sent me I'll give TT an extra wax melt, on her next order.
Mhm.
So that's what happened. This lady particularly, it's 11 wax melts in here because somebody bought something from me that she sent. So I just try to keep my customers. I can do this because it's my own business, right?
That's fat. That's dope. That's dope.
Right. So if you go to Walmart and you like, my cousin John sent me over here, they gonna be looking at you crazy. What you want for free, right? But you come to Kimberly's Candles and you say Kimberly's Kreations and say, my cousin John sent me over here. I'm gonna say, oh, that's amazing. I might even give you a lip gloss. Keeping my customer satisfied. And then John already know what the arrangement we got. So when I send John his stuff, he'll have an extra wax melt in. And they smell amazing. So this packet has, TT likes mango tangerine. That's one of my top sellers. So she said, give me 5 mango tangerine and 5 separate ones. And then I threw her extra one in here. But usually what I do in these packs, I have them already made up.
Okay.
So my customers, I ask them on the phone, I'll say, what do you like? They'll say, I want your bag of wax melts. So it's 10 wax melts for $20. I was only doing this trial for like a week, but it took off, so I'm going to keep it permanently. All right. So what they do is somebody would say, I like floral scent. So then I'll put all the floral scent in there in the bag, or I like baked goods. So I'll put strawberry cheesecake in there. I'll put blueberry cobbler in there, mango tangerine. I have birthday cake. I have over 150 different candle scent right now.
Okay.
So, they have a big variety. So I put them all in here, and next time they order from me, they'll know what they like. So that's how TT, she's at the place where, I love mango tangerine and give me 5 separate ones, Mm-hmm. So I'll put all of them in, but they're so cute. They're nice. They smell amazing. And, I even put like a nice touch with it. I put rose petals in them. Can you see like the rose petals?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So you can get whatever you want from Kimberly's Kreations. That's what is so different about my business than the other stores.
Okay. Then what we need from you right now is you shout out your social media, shout out your website so people know where to go.
All right. I'm on Facebook at Kimberly's Amazing Kreations.com. Well, Facebook. Kimberly's Amazing Kreations on Facebook.
Kreations with a K.
With a K. And then I have a website, Kimberly's Amazing Kreations.com.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Keith, I'm official, babe.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I love to see Black entrepreneurs getting their game on. It's the A game. That's what we're talking about. Get out there and hustle. I want to thank you for joining us on this episode of the QI podcast and your time and telling us about your product. I believe that you will even encourage people to get out there and try and start their own businesses because your story is inspiring and that's how it got to me. You take care and we'll talk to you soon.
Yes. Have a good day. Thank you.
You too.
Have a good day.
Take care.
You too, babe. Bye.
Bye.
And that does it for this episode of the QI podcast. Shout out to the QI Nation. I'd like to thank Kimberly Jones for taking time out of her busy schedule and give us some time and let us talk to her about the amazing work that she does. And to you fans that check us out, please write us at theqipodcast@gmail.com or you can hit us up at our social media at the QI Podcast. I am your host, DJ 10th Power, coming to you from the Lion's Den, and I will see you on the next episode.